JISC Regional Support Centres are there to stimulate and support innovation in learning. We work with learning providers in the learning and skills sector to help them get the maximum benefit that they can from the use of technology. And that's technology both for teaching and learning, but also technology in terms of running the business effectively and making sure that you operate in as efficient a way as you possibly can. And we do this by all sorts of different strategies, mainly by enabling people to talk to each other, building networks so that people in one learning provider can talk to other people, find out what they're doing, what they could be doing and what they shouldn't touch with a barge pole. But we also give lots of individual advice and guidance. We're actually funded to work with individual learning providers to help them think through exactly what they are going to do with the technology that's available to them. And we work with people in all sorts of different roles. We work with managers, we work with practitioners, we work with staff development people, and we still do some work with the directly technical staff in learning providers, which is actually where it all started a very long time ago, but it's moved on a lot since then.
The support we've received in the last year has been particularly around web conferencing. Particularly interesting bits is being able to have access to other people that have got a lot more specialist knowledge and shared knowledge. So we've called on the RSC support to call them out to talk about what web conferences work well for other providers, so we're not repeating the same cycle of events. So we're going to see, I suppose if you like, the cream of the crop, and hopefully we're not seeing stuff which lots of other people are going to trawl through as well.
I've been in post for 2 years, and ever since then RSC JISC have been incredibly supportive of the work I'm trying to do at MFEC. So for example, one of the things we do is we organise networks or forums where staff come together from different organisations to talk about issues to improve their practice. So quality managers, staff development managers, equality and diversity managers, etc. And RSC JISC are always very good at making sure at least one member of their staff attends each of those forums and networks, which is incredibly useful to me, but also I think to the people there, because they can see that RSC JISC are there to support them.
We've got quite a lot of support from them. We just had the guys come and help us with the generator. We are trying to use that. We've in past had technical support from them. So I regularly use the mailing list to get support anyway. So I use RSC quite a lot.
So we have a lot of contact with the RSC members on a regular basis. Many of my staff have been to forums, the Learning Resources Forum, the IT Managers Forum, the ILT forums. There's a lot of interest in that, and they're very lively forums that are held across the county on a regular basis. So that's been really useful for us. Apart from that, it's if there's potential projects coming up, we can go down and get advice and guidance from them, or just ideas of things that are going on across the region.
Occasionally we jointly plan things, so they also have their links with staff in the learning skills sector, so they can tell me what the issues are, I can tell them, and then when they come to these forums that we organise, then they can hear from the staff themselves. So it's basically a partnership model, I think. That's why it works so well.
They can put us in touch with various other people who are either having similar problem, we've got expertise. So it's quite nice, because like they can be the common person and then say, okay, yeah, hang on a minute, I know that person who is an expert who might be able to help you and point us in the right direction.
We use the RSC website to find out all the latest innovations in training, in teaching and learning.
Yeah, I do go and look at the RSC website regularly and look in their Moodle resources. One of my responsibilities in our team is to put on training programs for staff, and I often go and look in for resources, say on copyright or blogging or a new technological information area that we're interested in doing. So yeah, it's just a matter of looking regularly and making sure there's things there, and also just to look at what training programs are coming up over the next few months.
I do have a look and see what's going on there, and try and direct the staff who come to MFEC for training, that is another source of ideas for sharing good practice, yes. So it is a good, valuable resource for them to look at, yes.
It's impartial. There's no axe to grind, because all they're after is the learners. All they're after is what benefits the learners, what benefits the learning process. There's no You know, there's no hard sell on what's best, or there's no axe to grind. There's not carrying any sort of additional kudos from using a product. Is what product works.
I think the RSC members each have their own role to play within their area of expertise, and certainly from my point of view and my teams, the learning resources, ILT, IT support is all been extremely useful. And to go down and know that there's somebody to have a chat with if you've got an idea for a project or a new technological development, you've got somebody to go and talk to and get some feedback, and also just advice and guidance as to who to contact if you have got an idea. So that's all been really useful.
Having the RSC support and having some advice from someone that's already looked and done the sort of legwork is really good for us, because we haven't got the time and you know, the resources to go and do that ourselves.
It's up to date, it's new technologies, and it's looking to the future. And I'm a great believer in the future for young people.
For ourselves, what was helpful in seeing one of the local advisors from Loughborough was actually seeing that we didn't have to reinvent the wheel. He was showing us stuff and informing us on stuff and what worked clearly. You know, he was able to give us examples of who else had used stuff and put us in touch. And it's really good.
What they're doing is marvellous. The RSC have done a lot to help teaching and learning in the East Midlands.